17 players who played in the last Rugby World Cup. Obviously they're coming with a lot of experience. We've introduced some new players into the squad as well, and you know, they're going to go to up the top of a mountain in Switzerland and into the heat of Qatar, and we're going to find out, you know, in certain positions there's going to be some close calls, and we're going to find out who wants it most. What's important first and foremost is that players have a rest. You know, these guys are not machines. They do need a break, both physically and mentally, probably mentally just as much. So I think everyone's having a minimum of 4 weeks off. Each person's being treated on an individual basis, you know, depending on how many games they've had during the season, etc. You know, whether they had any injuries later on in the season. So as I said, you know, everyone's will be then coming into training camp, having had a break, and ready for the tough stuff. Looking for physical and mental toughness. Obviously, we want to see players get bigger, stronger, faster, etc. But we also want to see what they're prepared to put their bodies through to achieve that goal. You know, when you have been to altitude before, and it's not a pleasant place to be honest. You know, people think, oh, you're going to a holiday to Switzerland. You know, it's not nice being at altitude. It's very difficult to sleep at night. You have a horrific headache for about 3 days when you first get there, and it's just a tough place to be. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to create a tough environment where it creates tough rugby players. There's been a lot of close calls in certain positions. You know, you'd say there's some people who, as long as injury permitting, who will, you know, 99% chance of being in the team or in the squad, should I say. But there's a lot of other close calls all around the rest of the squad, etc. So, you know, we'll find out who wants it most in some positions. So that's why, you know, players will be pitched off against people who play in the same position as them, and we'll find out who's prepared to dig the deepest.